Good afternoon, good evening, good morning. No matter when you're catching either the replay of this or if you're catching us in the room. Hey guys, I appreciate you guys being in the room where it happens. Altavis Pelzer here at Altavis Unmuted, and I am excited, y'all. We are literally about to end the fourth quarter, start the first quarter. And so while some people may still be trying to figure out things to do for Christmas, we are already going, okay, what's the first quarter setup? What should we be looking at? What should we be tapping into? But also, what are the pitfalls? I have over 15, 20 years of experience in retail. And so we know that usually in January, that's one of the worst months retail wise. And not always because of the returns, but sometimes because of the fact that many things are being marked down. And so while you may have exchanges, the exchanges are for lower cost items. And so it doesn't really pan out all the way for us sometimes, right? That part, exactly. Cheryl just said it right in the comments. Get your spring videos done and uploaded now. That is why we are going ahead and looking at the first quarter and saying, okay, we're in the first quarter. What does that look like? What does that mean for me as a content creator, as an influencer? Now, here's the thing. We've seen so many things. There's been an update where Amazon said that they're changing the data that we'll be able to see, or the reports that we'll be able to get and that we'll be able to see. Could that affect us on many different fronts? It most definitely could, uh, depending on what tools you're currently using as an influencer in the program. But that means that if you know that they're changing some things, there's a reason why. Now, I will give just one little perspective on like one little perspective on why this could potentially be something that could benefit us. um One of the issues that came with them having the daily, being able to see our daily sales, is if something didn't go through. So if there's a glitch, if there's um something's canceled, any number of things, something didn't go through on our end, we thought we got it, we should have had it, and it didn't go through. Then it puts us at odds, because now we're thinking that we're not getting paid for something that never shipped. That part. Or there's a problem with the shipment. There's been so many different things going on, especially around the holidays. We know things happen. So with them doing it as a weekly download, I'm thinking that the reports may be a bit more accurate, because I know that especially we know as influencers, as content creators on the platform, if you look at your reports, you can at the reports, and sometimes the report on one part of the site don't match the report on the other part of the site because of how they're pulling the data and where they're pulling the data from. So one way to look at that is that with the change, then our data may be a lot more accurate, which is beneficial to us because we'll be able to see exactly what we're getting paid for and be getting paid the right thing. Now, have they said that anywhere? No. Does that mean that that is going to be it 100%? No, it doesn't. But we always know that when there's a change being made, it's because there was a problem. We may not have been privy to the problem, but there was a problem happening and they needed to fix it. Um, Again, that part. Andrew said that's why I screenshot my dashboard every morning. And you don't, because again, one would say one thing, one would say something else. Creator Connection would say one thing on your dashboard, and your affiliate page, it would say something else on Creator Connection. And people were like trying to figure out, why is it so different? Why is pulling the same information? Why is it so much going on? But the reality is, one might have been pulling faster, pulling it from the day, where the other one is pulling from 2 days. So it has a more accurate count. Y'all, bananas. So hopefully, we will have more accurate numbers moving forward with this change. keep an eye on it. I know people were nervous because about the today's fetch that we do using Oink, and they're like, is that going to mess us up? Right now, we don't know. But there's still things that we can do and that would still benefit us. So even if we can't do the daily fetch, if you're still doing a week's fetch and you see something that's selling, then you may want to make an investment in something, make content for it, or even if you make a list, hello, because we talked about those lists, even if you make a list, that may be beneficial for you as well. So there's some things we won't know until it's put into place. So we can't really like completely have a plan for it, but it's something to kind of keep on the back burner 100%. Listen, Cheryl said it, stay 4 to 6 months ahead. Which is funny because my sister, who's also doing content creation and as Amazon influencer now, she says the same thing. She said, now I realize why you're like, oh no, you should be already working on this. You should be already working on that. So she's already like, okay, no, I've already gotten content out for Valentine's Day and for this, what's next on the horizon. Nicole put into the comments, not sure how new this is, but noticed when I wanted to make a return for something I ordered for myself, it was going to charge me shipping. Might that cut down on returns? That's something as well. I'm wondering, I haven't had to do one. Oh, Cheryl said it in there. If it doesn't ship from Amazon, shipped by the seller, you can be charged. That part, which is crazy because I feel like if it's shipped by the actual brand, sometimes you have better communication with the brand and you get more support than if it's shipped by Amazon sometimes. I don't know if anybody else has seen that kind of correlation, but I feel like with the stuff that I've purchased, if it's been by the actual brand, and there's another package. Oh wow. It's it's been definitely it's been a switch up for sure. That's why I screenshot my dashboard every morning to keep track of what changes from day to day in case another glitch. Yeah, the glitches. I feel like we've had one a year, at least like a major one every year. I literally have 3 years of daily screenshots of my dashboard to compare stats. Andrew said it's been like that for a while as well. Good to know. Good to know. I don't make a lot of returns, so I'm always kind of like, okay, I've only had to make a return, I think maybe once, and that was a while back. All right. So when we look at first quarter, let's talk about the first thing. First thing to think about is positioning. How are you positioning yourself as a content creator? How are you positioning yourself as a business, as a brand? How are you reaching out to brands? I know right now we do a lot of reaching out through creator connections. Some people have been like very upset because they haven't been getting messages back from the brands, which I gave a great tip. In one of the groups, and I said, listen, if you're reaching out to them on creator connections, reach out to, and I've said this to y'all before, reach out to them also on social media. Like, build the relationship. Like, you're just sending a cold call, like a cold email, a cold text to somebody and expecting them to just want to, that sounded weird in my head, so I'm not going to say it. And just want it, well, I'm going to say it. And just want them to get in bed with you. It doesn't work that way. So you want to date, you want to court the brand, build that relationship. And one of the easiest ways to build a relationship with any brands, and even some of the smaller brands, are on social media. You just have to figure out which platform they're on and how best to engage with them. Some of them, they don't message, they don't send DMs. Some of them, they do message and send DMs. Some of them, you just got to comment in there, in the comment section. Build that communication, build that relationship. When we talk about positioning, I have brands that I've been working with for well over a year, some of them for 2 years, consistently working with the brand. And even though I saw them on Creator Connection, we've been connecting and talking through Instagram. And year after year, I've gotten products from them. When a new launch comes, they reach out to me and like, okay, this is the new product. We want to have it shipped out to you. Just verify your address. Like, and then even if you want to take a step further, you can actually give them your email address and do it through your email as well. But don't just rely on Creator Connections. Here's why. With Creator Connections, unfortunately, most times they only have one person taking care of that account. They may get 5 to 200, 500. We don't know how many messages they may get. And the majority of them all want a sample. So if they're all wanting a sample and all sending similar messages and all, y'all, how are they supposed to determine which one to work with? And they may not even get to your email, to your message. So it's different if you send a message on Creator Connections and then you message them on Instagram and say, hey, I just connected with your brand on Creator Connections through Amazon. I've been creating content, and here's the caveat. Here's the way in. I make content that's about ... especially if it's something related to their particular brand, their category. I make content about this and would love to do a video for this particular product. They may send you or get you connected so you can go ahead and send them whatever information right then and there. They may connect you to another person, but we cannot just simply rely on Creator Connection messages. It is not listen, if you are, just know that you're going to find that there's going to be less and less and less messages that you are going to receive back from brands. It's oversaturated. There's a bunch of people messaging the same brands. So your Q1 strategy should be, if I'm looking to work with a brand on Amazon, how can I connect with them on social media to strengthen that connection in order for me to potentially get a sample or even just start building the brand relationship? It may not even start with the sample. It may just start with, hey, I just have the link and I'm just going to share the link in a list. However you start that conversation, that's how we need to start it. I get it. It's easy to just send a message and Creator Connections because we don't have to do the extra steps. But guess what? The majority of people who are using Creator Connections are using the easy steps. The majority of people are going to use and gravitate towards the easiest steps. So now we got to go and do it a little bit extra. That part. All right. Andrew said, yep, I had a DVD collection that was defective and had to do a return, and it was shipped and sold by Amazon and was charged $4.99 for return shipping. That part. And with the returns, there are some categories where you see higher returns. Of course, fashion is always one that you see higher returns because of sizing. Some of the other stuff when it comes to like garden, when you're doing things like mattresses, I don't really see a lot of returns when it comes there. I don't know. I know electronics, you'll see a lot of returns or exchanges because like they may have gotten the wrong one or it has the wrong type of USB cord or any number of things, right? So definitely a lot to kind of take in. Okay, so Q1 is your opportunity when things are kind of dying down. So that's your positioning. How are you going to be reaching out to these brands? Also, that's when you can test stuff. So if you've been thinking, okay, I think I want to test out another category and see, if I can do some content in that category, what it will do, that's the perfect time to do it because it's kind of a lull. You can still do your regular content. You can still post your regular stuff, but you can pull some new stuff in and kind of be able to track it over that 90 day. Because remember, we always say minimal 30 days when you are tracking how something is working for you, but 90 days is your window of what being able to say, is this something that works for me or doesn't? Also, this is the time where you should be going and really looking at, now I don't know, everybody may not use Oink. I use Oink. But really looking at your storefront. That storefront health check is everything. I can tell you that in the last month, I've had maybe about 15 product videos that were untagged. Untagged, meaning the brand is no longer on Amazon. And so I had to determine if I was just going to take it down, if I was going to retag it, if the ace had a new ASIN or whatever to do with it. Um, Over 300 consistently currently unavailable. Even with me going through and retagging and getting the number down, and I can come back the next week and it's back over 300. So what's happening is a lot of the products are out of stock. Um, they're changing up seasonal. So some stuff may not be available because of the season. So you want to pay close attention to that. Uh, Looking at your numbers, if you're seeing your numbers considerably drop, look at some of those videos that were doing really well at one time and determine, okay, is it still connected to a product? Again, that's why it's easier to do it with Oink, because it can do that whole scan and you can just go through the list by list. Now, everything is, you're not going to be able to retag every single thing. Some things is just oh, well, there's nothing you can do about it. I have quite a few brands that are no longer selling the product that I did a video for. They have completely shifted and done different products, but they haven't taken those products down yet. So again, this is a shifting time. You have brands that are doing things will be on clearance because that's what they do in January typically. You'll have things that will be marked down that they're trying to get rid of for a newer inventory. You'll see things go from it being the 2025 version of things to being the 2026 version of something. And so you may see some brands do a shift that way, where the 2026 one, they have a new ASIN. It may be the same product, but it's the newer version. So it may have a new ASIN and you may need to pay close attention to that. Typically, when it comes to that, you'll see that for in tech. So like TVs, um, washing machines, refrigerators, vacuums. Some of them, some change, some don't. So you'll want to pay attention to that too. Oh, and if you haven't seen, I put a post in the Logi group that what was it, iRobot, that does the Roomba, that they had filed bankruptcy. So you may see a shift in what the little electric vacuums, people going for other brands or returns, heavy returns, heavy exchanges. You may see that happen. Just know it may be in connection to that again, because people do strange things when they hear about brands or businesses going bankrupt. Sometimes they want to go and find a different brand to work with, or because they know later down the line if something happens, they want to make sure that the brand is around so they can get whatever they need for that particular product. So that's something to pay attention to. But also, because it was something in the news, that's content wise, you could always talk about that as well if you are upgrading your own, or of people that are upgrading theirs. Awesome. Good, good, good. So we talked about doing that audit. We talked about that storefront. Oh, okay. Now, first quarter is also going to be a great time for you to go and look at where are your core platforms. So this is when you look at everything that happened throughout 2025. What platforms really worked for you content wise? What what platforms actually brought in and converted? Were you posting in your stories? Um, do you decide that you want to try to get into TikTok shop? What is the work that you need to do for that? Uh, have you been posting links on Facebook? Have you seen any conversion from that? So this is the time for you to kind of really go back and say what's worth it and what's not worth it. I did see that the commission rate changes, and it didn't give full. When I first clicked on it, it didn't have everything there, which is classic Amazon. So I was like, I'll come back. So I haven't gone back and actually checked back into it just yet. But yes, I did see the rate changes. I saw the rate changes. I saw the changes with the reports, and then now with the stuff going on with the media list. There was one other there was one other message that came out, but I can't remember what it was about just now. I kind of just glanced over it when it came out. This has been a busy week. If you have not looked at your emails, go make sure you at once a week at least check them emails because so much stuff has been coming through. Um, Andrew said I looked at the pages and couldn't find anything, so I figured I'd ask. Okay, so it wasn't just me that didn't see anything. Okay. So it's not just me that didn't see anything because I was like, oh, okay, we've known in the past to receive a message in it, and we go there and we're like, which way did he go, George? Which way did he go? Like, where's the update? Where's the information? And there's nothing there. It hasn't been fully updated. So I kind of was like, all right, I'll get him a day or two, and then I'll go back and look at it. It's never a dull moment. Never a dull moment. So when it comes to that core platform, I have a question for you. If you had to grow one platform in Q1, which would actually move your needle for Amazon? If you had to grow one platform in Q1, that's it. That's it. And I see it rolling in. Yup. Mm-hmm. Y'all hit the nail on the head. So that one platform out of all of the social media platforms that would really move the needle for you as a content creator on Amazon, YouTube. Pinterest, Nicole, that's another one. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And Latoya she asked a good question in the comments. Short or long form? I'm going to say both. Here's why. If you're doing shorts, you can do a vertical video of your product, which I have been screaming from the mountaintops for quite some time. You should be doing a vertical and a horizontal video for your products. If you do a vertical video, you can link it to the horizontal video and have the content and the link and information in a description for the regular video. So it benefits you because your vertical videos, your shorts, will get you many more views even if you're just starting the page. So I did this. I took a leap and started a reviews YouTube channel. And so my shorts getting some great reviews, getting some great views. And so I know, okay, I have some that are connected to some of the products I actually do. So now I'm connecting them to it and I'm starting to see some engagement and some conversion happen there as well. Okay, whoop, whoop, let me go back. Yep, YouTube for sure. And yes, Pinterest. So Pinterest is another one because we have to have somebody come in. Wait, because Nicole, how don't you want to come and do a fireside chat on Pinterest? Because I feel like we still give Pinterest the side eye because we feel like it's not gonna. We feel like, oh, because it's another one of those platforms that's the long game. Like somebody can find your video 6 months from now. They can find your post 6 months from now, and it'll convert. And you posted it and kind of moved away from it. That also means that you should be looking at your workflows that you have in place, people, because you can have your workflow to where the stuff that you're posting on YouTube is going right to Pinterest. I got that slap on the hand from Lane, and I made sure that I set up that workflow. I made sure that I set up that workflow because I didn't want no problems. But it makes a big difference. Andrew said, especially with the new Facebook linking changes that may be taking effect. Exactly. There's a couple platforms that are making some changes. So yeah, keep your eye out. Keep your eye out also on TikTok for some changes that may be coming as well. Long form on YouTube, so you can include clickable links. Long because links aren't clickable in shorts. Can we include a card containing a link for shorts? I don't know if you can add the card on the end screen. I know that you can link it to a long form video, but I don't know if there's anything else that you can add to it. Oh, awesome. Oh, I sure will. Andrew said, Sandy, only if you had, huh?
I'm sorry, Altavis.
Oh, go.
Yeah. Hi, everybody. I just wanted to say real quickly, no, you cannot add any cards
Thank
on
you for
shorts. You can't add an end screen or any of that. Only thing you can add is a link
is that
to
link,
a related video, and it could be to another short or to a long form video.
which works out so much better if you send it to the long form video of the same product. Because of course you're talking more about the product or you're showing yourself using it and everything in that longer video. And
Well,
then
yeah, yes and no, because sometimes people don't, they don't take action on that. So
oh,
everybody doesn't know that link is there,
but wait,
for
is
one thing. So yeah.
do we get the
Okay.
numbers of like conversion wise from the short to a regular video, or like how many
Sh-
people have been?
Sure. You probably don't want to look at them, though. You might
Oh,
cry. No, no, I'm just kidding. Yes, YouTube gives you data on just about everything somebody does on your video. So
uh,
you may have to dig around into different menus to find that information. And then, like I said, by the time you find it, you might be a little sad. But you know, just so people know, you can't use cards. Like when you go into the YouTube Studio Editor, there is no spot on the side that say card, add a card. There would just be a link to related video. So that's why it is kind of cool if you're going to do both the short vertical and the horizontal. And remember, the horizontal doesn't have to be long, it just needs to be horizontal.
right.
Because once it's horizontal, it's not a short anymore. And you can put all your links and all your cards, your end cards, your everything you can do with a regular long form video as long as it's horizontal. It could be a 7-second horizontal video, just that it's horizontal. So there you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh, da, 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 da. And then Sandy asked a question in the comments as well. Not clear on whether Pinterest allows deep linked Amazon affiliate links when adding product links to pins. Anyone know? And Nicole said, definitely a long game. I've used it for various marketing over the years for Etsy blog. Now they partner with Amazon. So starting to focus on that recently. So again, that's why I said which platform is going to be the one that you focus on for Q1 that you're going to go all in. So that way you can be able to say, this is what I've done for these 90 days. This is the work that's been on it. Because listen, we've done the same thing when we were doing Bendable. I said, work on Bendable, see how it works for you. I'm still getting conversion from Bendable on my Amazon. Now, some of you are going to say, well, how do you know? Because we don't get any dings or pings or anything. Because I know the list that I have on Bendable, and some of the lists I have on Bendable, I don't have them anywhere else. That's the only place where it is converting. And I'm doing things now where I'm creating lists of products that I don't have. So I know if I see it convert, it's from there. It's not just out of the blue random. And then you would think the same thing with Pinterest. But you can also upload your videos and things to Pinterest as well. Hold on. I'm getting caught up. Y'all were going in the chat. What did you need to correct on your workflow? Are you asking me? Because I can tell you for definite what I needed to correct on my workflow. I have a pretty decent workflow. Like I just got a product in, and an Amazon products was just dropped at the door. This one came from FedEx. With it, and we talked about this. I said a good rule of thumb: if you have a nice space where you can take a photo, take the product out, take a photo, boom, upload the photo. It tags the product and gives you a caption. Nothing else you got to do. You can take that same photo, put it into your story, get the link for the product, put that in there. Nothing else you need to do. Then you can go back and still do your video for it, but you've already created content for that particular product. And that gives you should be able to do that within 24 hours of the product getting in your hands. This is a great option, especially if you are somebody that does, you get products from Logi. When Logi products come in, easiest thing, do your nice photo, go ahead, set that up, put it up. And then again, now here's the other thing. You have a couple different options when it comes to when you're putting it in your story. You can either put the link to the actual product directly, or you can put a link to the video, to the picture that you uploaded. So it's the same picture and has the product at the bottom. Either way, when I say within 24 hours, you should have at least that one piece of content up for that product. So easy. And then you can always come back and do the video. And that's one of the easiest workflows, because some things it may take you a little longer. You got to put it together. I just put together a vanity set. I just put together a plant stand. They were not an immediate put together, so I couldn't do that photo and go. But what I did do was I was able to still take the photo, put it together, and even though I didn't immediately put the video out, I could put the photo out first. Now, if somebody else has another tip for a workflow, or like workflow tip, you either put it in the comments or put your hand up. Now here's the other thing, y'all, because they changed Zoom, I may not be able to see your hand up. So put your hand up, or just say in the comments what your workflow tip is. We going, yeah, because they sure enough changed it, and I don't know if I'll be able to see your hands like we could before, which is kind of wild. Okay, let me roll back. Okay, definitely a long game. I've used it for various marketing. Okay, you did that one. Oh, thank you, Andrew. I appreciate you. Yes, and I've been doing better about getting my videos up there because I'm stubborn just a little bit. But I'm scheduling them out so that way they 2 a day. Now I have over 2,000 videos, so y'all just pray my strength to get all these videos out. It's hard to figure out when a short has a link to the long form video. Really? I can never find it, so I don't bother. Oh, I just swipe away. Oh, Yeah, I've never. Okay, so I've never paid attention to it.
I'm sorry, Altavis.
So maybe I was like, I just thought about that. Like, have you even paid attention to there being a link?
if 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 you're depends upon if you're on mobile or desktop, it's probably easier to see when you're on desktop, which it should be the other way around. But anyway, when you
Okay.
look at the bottom of the video, if there's a linked video there, that little caret that indicates, that this is the play button, but it's just an outline of a caret, and it'll go to next to it will be the title of your long form video. So this is like what I was saying earlier. Yeah, a
Mm,
lot of people don't realize that that's what that is, but it's a
well,
different title than the title of the short that you're watching. Okay.
right.
So yeah, that
Not
the
very user friendly. Okay.
so basically, you got to educate. You got to educate your YouTube audience that
So you
that's
got
what the deal is.
because those of you that have been doing, so I've been doing content since 2015. And so old school was, especially old school YouTube, it was, make sure you subscribe. They still do it on YouTube. Make sure you hit the subscribe, make sure you hit the bell. But even on like Facebook and Instagram and stuff, that old school used to say, hey, like, follow, this, that, like you would tell them what you wanted them to do. Here's the thing. We stopped doing it because with Amazon, we're not supposed, it's a no. There are some things that they tell us we can do, but we've been told no so much that it's like, do we want to try that? It may just be me, but I'm like, y'all didn't gave us the slap on the hand so much, and I'm like, do I want to try it? I don't want to try it. I don't want to do it. You're not gonna get me. Uh, I also just saw a question. What app can you use to change vertical content to horizontal? Vertical to horizontal? I don't know. I know you can change horizontal to vertical using repurpose.io. But I don't know. Is there one? Does anyone know of one that you can do the opposite, vertical to horizontal? Um, right. Unless the if the video is over 3 minutes, then it's no longer a short video. Yes, they do. Ooh, do. Right, we got some did not know that. Yes. Can you put a picture out, even if it's just a picture of the unopened box? So here's the thing, and I'm gonna just tell you this because I've seen people do that, and I'm like, the only way that that's enticing, and again, I can tell y'all this because we're here. The only way that that's enticing is if you're somebody that has like you had like 5 products come in and they're in the Amazon boxes. Make sure your address is not showing, and just say, "Hey, just got in some new pack. Just got in today's haul," and you can have the link to a idea list with the products that are in those packages. You could do that. You can't post that on Amazon, but you can create the idea list with the packages that came in, the actual products, and then create a link, post the picture, create a link. Because, people, here's the thing, people nosy. People nosy. They are. Let's call a spade a spade. So there are going to be people that click it just because they're like, well, she got like 8 packages. Let me see what she got in there. People nosy. And they'll go and open the idea list and see, oh, dang. oh, that's what she got, and it'll have those different things. So that's another way that you can use your that link option on your stories on Facebook and Instagram. I don't think posting a quick pic to satisfy the brand is worthwhile. So when as it adds pretty much zero value. I don't have time for steps that don't add value. So it may not add value for you, Jeff, if your pictures are not being used by Amazon. My pictures are being used by Amazon, so it still adds value for me. So if you're in the Amazon ads program where they are actually using your pictures, then they're posting your picture that you're putting out there, they're using it. And if somebody clicks on it and makes a purchase, you still get paid. That's still adding value. So for you, you may not be in the ad program, so it may not add value for you. And it also depends on the product sometimes as well. But for those that are in the creator ads program, it's still beneficial.
Altovis,
Mhm.
you probably can't see it, but I took a screenshot of a short. This is a YouTube short, and I posted it in the chat for those that are on desktop. They probably could see it a lot better. I'm not sure if you could see it if you're on mobile, but I kind of cropped it from the top so you can see at the bottom
Oh, I do see it.
underneath my name, well, my channel name just so happens to be my name. There is that little carrot, and it tells you best laundry routine for laundry lovers. Of course, that's not the title of this short. The title of this short is what's right underneath of it that says spruce up your space with this plant. Y'all know that plant, right? Y'all look, Logie folks know that plant. But anyway, so I just wanted to show you. This is why people don't like, I don't know that that's there. And if you're looking at that on mobile, that little carrot is so small.
Yeah,
So you do have to tell people that
that part.
there's a, if you want to see the whole review or the whole demo of this whatever, there's going to be a related video at the bottom. So I know that adds onto your workflows, right? Because
Yeah.
you guys want to just repurpose exactly what you put up on Amazon. But you could also flip your workflow and do the YouTube video first
Mhm.
and then trim that part off where you're saying, down below is the blah, blah, blah. And that's the one that you put up on Amazon. But I mean, I know people are
And that's one of the
focused on their workflows. They don't want to hear new workflow from me.
That's why I love having this space because again, everybody's going to work differently. Jeff has different products that he posts. So for him, no, it's not beneficial to do a photo. But then somebody else may have, fashion and they're like, well, I've never even thought about doing a photo. So for them, it may be something that's beneficial. It's going to be, that's why, here's one of the things that I had to find out about this program. And I thought about doing a video and I might just do that as well. Because with Amazon, you could try to follow somebody else's plan to the letter, to the T, and still fail. Because even if you did the exact same products, the exact same way, guess what? It doesn't matter because it may not get picked up the same exact way. So that's why you have to have a community where you have people that are willing to share what they're doing, what's working for them, what's not working for them. Another thing that plays out is what price bracket certain things are in, because certain price brackets, people don't look at a photo, they just want to see the product. That makes a difference. If somebody's going and they're trying to buy $1,000 product, they're not looking at your photo. They're going to look at a video and they're going to make a decision off of the video, but they're not going to look at the photo. And so you'll find that every scenario is going to vary This is the only program where I've seen that happen. And that's why it's so, you have to be careful with so many people saying, oh, you can make this amount of money and I made this much. And so you can make that. That sounds good, but you could do the exact same thing that somebody else is doing in this program and fail and not make a dime. You can have all the same products, videos, and not make a dime. You have to learn the program for yourself, for what's going to work, what kind of engagement you're going to be able to gain, what kind of people, what, like, you have to learn from trial and error. And so that's why you saw some people come into the program and they just bought a whole bunch of expensive stuff and did videos and didn't make the money back. Because it wasn't really like, you didn't even have the persona that made people want to buy it. Or you didn't do a video that made people interested enough in wanting to buy it. Like, it is so significant not for you to get so overwhelmed and thinking that you have to have it look an exact way. You just have to find the best way that's going to work for you. And I think Jeff can agree with me on that one, because I know Jeff is not doing, he not out here doing $5 products. Jeff, I know you're not out here doing $5 products. uh, but it makes a difference. Andrew said for the question about the editor from vertical to horizontal, he said any video editor. I know I still use iMovie on my phone a lot as well. Cheryl just said in the comments, I suggest people make 3 videos when they have the product out: Amazon long, YouTube long, Amazon YouTube, social short. Then take the square image and vertical image and put the product away. Hey, listen. And again, it also depends. Are you doing this full time? Are you doing it part time? Because that'll make a big difference on your workflow as well. Because if you're doing this full time, when a product comes in, I can give it my full attention. If you're doing it part time, I may not get to my products but once or twice a week, and then have to batch record everything or batch do, all the work, and then kind of set it out there. I yesterday, so yesterday it was a little warmer out. It wasn't warm, it was warmer. It's still cold. But I went outside and recorded maybe about 6 videos. Recorded all the videos and got my butt back in the house. Got my butt back in the house. But it makes a difference because they look better in the how I have it set up outside. There's some people that they have it set up inside where they can do that and knock out 5, 6 videos, 3, 4 videos at once, and it works. But I've also seen people try to do too much and get overwhelmed. Another example. Another option was Riverside for making vertical clips. Nicole said Riverside, but I think it's pricey. Cheryl said I did photo and video of the box for a hot tub. Ooh, and other big items. Showing how big, heavy the box is so people know what to expect. Oh, that part. Yeah, because I've learned the hard way about some of these boxes that come in. Fun times. Fun times. Andrew said you can go into your video on your phone, create a copy of the video, then edit the copy and rotate the video to a landscape format. Oh, in the video and picture section itself. That's right, you can. Oh yeah, you can. Because you can make all types of adjustments. I would just be careful so that way you're not changing the quality of the video as you're doing it. But yeah, definitely go and test it out. I say an email about the new feature when live streaming. Ooh, however, I have not seen it working yet. Okay. On my phone, it pops up in the top right corner. Oh, here we go. I'm a photographer, but aren't we all? I need to start doing pictures. And again, depending on the person, because we've seen Amazon use the pictures and tell us, oh yeah, because the picture for this, even to the point where the picture, multiple products, you click on the picture, you go ahead and shop. And Amazon has started using it for some of their stuff as well. But it's not going to work for everything. It may not work for everything. That's why you gotta, this first quarter is January and February specifically gives you that space to where I can go ahead and kind of test some things out if that is what you were trying to do, because then it gives you enough time to see if it works. That 60-day, that 90-day period of being able to say, okay, this worked, this didn't work for me. And again, knowing your numbers, Jeff can say that don't work for me. Somebody else can, Cheryl can say it works for me in this way. But you only know that when you've put in the time and you can document it. Like you can actually see what's going on. Trust. How do you get into the Amazon ads program? Thank you, Eileen, for posting that link. Uh-huh. You said how about a third of the time? Listen, yep, that can save a lot of time, no quality loss either. That's why I do my screenshot daily. And again, there's so many different ways for us to market as content creators. There's so many different avenues, right? There's so many different ways that we can kind of go ahead and move the needle forward. But you have to know what's going to work for you. You got to test things out for you. I've now been in this program for over 4 years, and I've seen quite a few folk make the mistake of coming in gung ho because somebody told them that they can make 10,000 in a weekend, and then they didn't see 10 cents and couldn't understand why. And I remember I can look back on the first videos that I posted, and when I first got into the program, and I was just posting links and wasn't seeing anything. It was zilch for months, and then I started posting videos and it shot up, and then I was live streaming and it shot up even more. And then when we lost our lovely live streaming features, it went down. And then folks were stealing videos and do all types of crazy stuff, so we saw it go down even more. But y'all, I I'm saying this on camera because I'm holding myself accountable, and I know what I'm doing for next year. I realized that I've consistently made 5 figures from the program every year, minus that first year. It may not have always been like sometimes it was a low 5 figures, but I've consistently made 5 figures in a program that is hecka changing always. In a program where something can happen and you make a mistake and lose it all. The potential is phenomenal. Like the potential is absolutely phenomenal. And I know that I can do even more with it. I've been the one holding me back in certain instances. I focused a lot on, lower priced items because I was like, okay, well, I'll stay in this range. I didn't always want to make a big investment. I didn't always want, because I was like, who want to be doing all that? But now I'm like, no, let's do it. I was the one that was like, Oink came out and I was like, it may be the introvert in me that I was like, stranger danger. But I waited a little bit. I went and got it. Bendable. I was like, I don't know. And then I went ahead and did it. And I was like, okay, I saw the benefit of it. repurpose.io, the workflow. I was like, who want to go through the process of setting that all up? And then once I set it up, I'm like, you know what? You worked harder being stubborn and not setting it up. And then once you set it up, it's like, oh yeah, that was a no-brainer. I've learned things over time. And I guess part of it is like, I'm the one that I typically stay to myself. I typically like, I come to tell y'all all types of stuff because I'm like, no, this is what I know from being in retail for this long. This is what I know from being in the program for this long. Like I'm here. I'm going to share it all. But I've also seen like what it looks like with people just getting connected to people that they're not really doing the things that they say they do. And so y'all are in a community of people that are actually doing the things that they're talking about. You're in a community of people who are actually doing the things. And they may not always give you the numbers that they're making. They may not always give you the conversion percentage. They may not always give you like every detail, but trust, you have people in this community that if you ask them a question, they're going to answer it. And they not going to sugarcoat it. They not going to try to just, save your feelings. They're going to tell you what's actually happening in the program. And that's on all the platforms. That's through all the shenanigans. Because again, I remember where we were making thousands just for live stream. Those were the days. When you go into the first quarter, really sit down and say, what is the time that I can invest in this? What financially, how can I invest in this? Where do I want to see myself going? Do I want to see myself making this a full-time thing? Do I want to make six figures? Do I want to make, is it possible? I know it's possible. I'm seeing people do it. I'm seeing people making 5 figures in a month. In 6 months, they making 5 figures. So I'm watching people do it. Listen, I'm also, what's your plan? What's your plan? Oh. Okay, let me go back to make sure I got everything. Listen, it would be nice if we could get commission for items friends and families purchase, but somebody messed that up. I don't know who. I promise y'all, if we could find out who messed it up, because it had to be somebody. Somebody somewhere did something foolishry. And I can probably pinpoint what they did. I just won't say. I just won't say it. I can pinpoint what they did because just people are people. But yeah, even when it comes to the friends, us not getting their stuff, yeah, that part. Yeah, there's a lot of people that are like, I wish we could get from our own, if just from friends and family, not even if it wasn't from our own purchases, just from friends and family, because we're still bringing them to the site for a particular product, but somebody messed that up, and you know, there we have it. Um, Ooh, Cheryl said live streams are getting more views lately. Amazon is putting them on checkout pages and maybe somewhere else. That part, and we had, I think it was like a couple months ago where they had started telling us they had started like promoting us or telling us to live stream again. I did just finish my setup for my vanity, so I have the setup so I can do my live stream. So y'all wish me luck. But I'm nervous because Yeah. I mean, and for those of you who just came into the program, live streaming was amazing. You would live stream, and depending on what level you were on product pages, you were on the deals page. You got so much, like, so when you were talking about a particular product, that you would be on that particular product page because that one was the one that was featured at the time. Here's what happened. People would go and do videos, and if they knew that they could get more engagement on a certain product page, they would leave that particular product featured. And so then other live streamers couldn't get on the page because they were being featured on. It was people were doing shanky yanky stuff, bananas. Um, but man, we had so many opportunities, and people would go and buy from your live stream even after you were live. So you would have somebody may see the live stream and buy something like a couple weeks later, and you would still get the commission because it was your live stream. Y'all, so many things. Oh, oh, we had it so good, y'all. Then people came in and was live streaming boxes. We was like, what are you doing? They were live streaming and just had they would just have the product page up. Like, folks was doing a lot. But also for those of you that do live stream, January for first quarter is also a good time that if you have a brand that you've been working with this year, see if they want to do live streams on their Amazon page and tap in, tap in. See if they would like you to do the live stream for their Amazon page. And if so, they can get that all set up on however it gets set up and all that, right? But also, there's another check. You can add that to the money. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Add that to the money. Andrew said that they're on search result pages, product pages, main homepage, checkout, and others. Oh, if you're an A-lister, they're on those other ones. Yeah, if you're on the top list, they had the best options if you were the top list. And even if you were a step below, you still got some pretty great. Like I'm telling you, it used to be so amazing. I saw a couple people had to slide out, but no worries, no worries. That's standard practice for any affiliate program. Yeah. I was in an Amazon Zoom webinar and someone asked about earning commission from friends and family, and the host of the webinar said you could. See, that's why don't do it. You gotta be careful in them webinars because they'll get you caught up. I'm so caught up. They'll get you caught up. Don't do it. Friends and family cannot participate because it's sales manipulation. Exactly. Same thing for contests and giveaways. By law, they cannot participate. That part. I'll be streaming today. Really? Post it in the group. Wait, streaming where? On Amazon or on TikTok? Let us know in the group or let us know in the comments so we can come check you out. What daily habits or daily checklists do people have that are full time? Ooh, that's a good one. Do we have enough time for that? We may have to do that as a post in the group because it's already after 1, and we do have the 2 o'clock call with Eileen today. Yeah, people are sleeping on lives because man, we had so much fun, and then it just all went away. Oh, you're gonna be okay. So, Kimberly, make sure that you post your link in the group so that we can come check out the live stream. And sure, I know you still do live stream as well, so post yours in there too, so we can come check them out. So anybody who's interested in live streaming, they can kind of get that feel of what it looks like, what it feels like. And we can also come and support. I told y'all for the longest time, I stopped being able to support and leave comments in people's live streams, which completely like made me so sad. And to this day, I can't tell you why. I don't know why. They just took it away, and it was like, oh, okay, I can't leave reviews and I can't leave comments. And I was like, well, the reviews I understood, but the comments, what they got to do with? So that's Oh, oh, not your,
Always.
yes.
I noticed on your YouTube channel you have a product, and I'm not going to bring it which one it is, but after Christmas, Gina and I have been live streaming together on Wednesdays doing a craft project, and you have another variety of our featured product. So we need to work it out. You can come and be on the live stream with me and Gina so we all three can work together and build a big live stream one day. And
Ooh,
Gina and I stream on set our own streams. We put all Gina's product features some, I feature some, and we put them all in both carousels. So you'd have your be on your channel with your own carousel. Then we download them, take them to our prospective YouTube channels with all our affiliate links. So you're going to have to come in and join Gina and I for a live stream, and we will the one company will probably they were so excited that Gina and I were featuring the product, and you have a different version of it and may have some other things to add in too. So
oh,
I was going to say, for those of you that haven't live streamed, sometimes instead of just sitting and I mean, I've bought my house off sitting and going, hey, check this out. Isn't it cool? Nicest tape measure ever saw. It goes like this. And here's a coffee cup. But I can still do that. But if you have either someone you can live stream with, you're going to need a third party program, but it gives you somebody to chit chat back and forth with. And if you're going to do like Gina and I, she does a craft project. And since I do so much on eBay now, I go through and say, if you're going to make this a business, and I show all the packing supplies on how you can take making your craft and turn it into a business and ship it. So you got to think of different ways to do it, because if you just sit there and show the product, it does get old and boring. But yeah, Altaviz, I was going to tell you, looked at your YouTube channel and I'm like, oh, we don't have that product, but you do. You need to come join us one Wednesday just for fun.
that sounds like a plan to me. And look, I look at some people in the comments going, "You, I think I might stream today." That's it. Yeah, streaming with a partner was always, always such a better option because you got to. It was fun. It made difference. It made a big difference. And for those of you that have, like, if you do, I know a lot of people were so when it comes to like doing books, but if you did books, that was the best option because you could stream, have the book author on and do a Q&A with the book author, have the books down below, and it just worked. It was definitely a great option. Right. It's so much fun. Listen, and it made a difference. People tuned in. Um Michelle just asked what software you use, Cheryl. And then I didn't forget the other one about
This might be easier if I just say it. You can use EV Mux, you can use StreamYard, you can use, depending on your computer, you could use an OBS, you can use, oh, the one that the Apple people have.
uh
Um,
yeah.
yes. So there's a lot of different ones. You just have to make sure. Most of them nowadays will take your stream key from Amazon. It used to be only a couple did. Now several of them will take a Amazon stream key. So your, uh, yeah, it just depends. I suggest you go with one that hosts online, like your StreamYard, your EV Max. There's another one that I can't remember off the top of my head. Um, but yeah, or the eCam, so that it's ran online. Otherwise, you have to have a hell of a computer that is going to handle that heavy software with two different streams going up. So Yeah, they're all over the place. You just got to find one, and it's going to cost you money. It is not free. But if you are going to regularly stream, A, it's going to pay for itself. B, a lot of them you can also stream to YouTube, Instagram, other places, and you can put in photos, you can do all kinds of stuff. So it's more than just streaming to Amazon.
Awesome, awesome. I know we had talked about wanting to kind of do some starting to do some challenges and work on some things. We got some things coming for you guys, especially with us still doing our fireside chats. And making sure that I'm setting up next year's fireside chats. I know bringing back Kimberly. I know talking to Billy to have him come in. So we want to give y'all some great insight and information as we, move forward for 2026 as well. Was there anything else? I know that there was another question. We're going to put that one in the group, which was the daily habits and checklist. If anybody has, because I know some people are more into having a physical checklist, but not everyone. No, I think we got it all. So, okay, so we have our 2:00 call with Eileen. For those of you that will not be on the call, we appreciate you guys, and you guys have a great weekend. For those of you that will, we will see you at the 2 p.m. time, Eastern Standard Time. Thank you, as always, to Emmy and the team behind the scene. You guys do some phenomenal things. You guys know that the replay is typically up by Monday or Tuesday of the following week, so that way you can get the information. If you ever missed anything or weren't able to answer a question or ask a question, you can always do it in the comments of the video when it is up in the group as well. I appreciate y'all. Oh, y'all know I appreciate y'all. And we will talk to y'all soon. Bye.